So, in court on yesterday, R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison for sex trafficking, sexual exploitation of a child, kidnapping, and other sex-related crimes. Now, as we know, the singer was first accused of having sex with underage girls in the 90s, but escaped punishment for almost 30 years. Now, hit us up at 866-9-RICKY and let us know, why do you think it took so long to get justice if everybody knew the accusations? Now, Judge Ann M. Donnelly handed down the 30-year prison sentence yesterday after the court had heard statements from R. Kelly's victims. Now, the judge told Kelly that the public has to be protected from behaviors like this. These crimes were calculated and carefully planned and regularly executed for almost 25 years. Now, Judge Donnelly added, you taught them that love is enslavement and violence, with the majority of the comments on social media echoing, it was about time. So since the rumor about R. Kelly's love for young girls had been around for decades, Aaliyah was allegedly 15 when she married R. Kelly. But the question then became, if people suspected Kelly of being a pedophile back then, why did it take 30 years to get justice? Brett.
Because they didn't want to believe it, because they love his music.
Yeah.
They love his music, and music is universal, and music helps us get through emotions and get through pain and good times and baby making and all that stuff. And he was making all of it.
But, and also, too, money made, because wasn't he allegedly paying people money to those people that was alleged? Yeah, so that hush money, honey, so, you put that money out there.
Now, a lot of people are mad at the parents for taking the girls to him, but do you all think the parents knew that he was,
y'all don't say that. You don't say that. I almost got canceled. You can't say that.
No, I'm just asking. I'm saying this is what they saying.
I don't think it's that cut and dry. At the end of the day, as a father of young girls, I don't support old men manipulating young women to do stuff. I don't care how they ended up over there.
Yeah.
The responsibility was on him not to go through with whatever. I don't care how many 15-year-old girls you put in front of me. I'm not touching them because I know I'm a man in my 50s. I got no business doing nothing with them. Period.
That's right.
Point blank. I don't feel sorry for them.
That's right.
But what if they look older than what
I don't
they are?
care.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. These excuses are really, I mean, when you know a child is a child, she's off limits or he's off limits, period. But because of money, because of notoriety, and because we loved him so much as an artist, we didn't want to believe it. And he was able to blind us to what was right in front of our face.
Yeah. You have to look the other way as an older man. These girls, 13 years old, getting out the school bus looking like Angela Bassett. Let's go to the phone. We got the one and only. We got the one and only Attorney Griggs on the phone. Attorney Griggs, you was representing one of the families. And were you there in court yesterday?
No, I wasn't there in court, but several of the accusers were there in court. And the thing that needs to be underscored here is that you had numerous African-American females that were molested and tricked for the purpose of sexual exploitation. So I hear all of the excuses, but at the end of the day, the reason why Mr. Kelly was able to be a predator for such a long time is that law enforcement turned a blind eye to this. But now the court has listened, the FBI has listened, the U.S. Attorney's Office has listened, and now these women's voices are being amplified. And I'm proud of the women for their courage. I'm proud of the families for standing strong through all the criticism, and ultimately the evidence that came out in that courtroom pointed to one predator and one predator alone, and that was Robert Sylvester Kelly.
Hey, Attorney Griggs, you've been in and out of courts and seen a whole lot of stuff your whole life, and if you had to guess, will R. Kelly ever get out of jail?
I don't foresee him getting out of jail. He still has 3 other trials, including another federal case where he faces a life sentence. I don't foresee him getting out. And I think what we have to underscore in our community is now that he is convicted pedophile, we have to govern ourselves accordingly. For many years, it was just rumors and innuendo. It has now been proven in a court of law. And because it's been proven in a court of law, we have to govern ourselves accordingly.
Hey, Attorney Griggs, let everybody know how you can be reached.
You can reach me on all social platforms at Attorney Griggs or at my website, www.geraldagriggs.com. But I really want to lift up the voices of the women and the voices of the young men that came forward in this case, the families that that were fighting for 20 years. My clients were fighting since 2017 to make sure that this individual was held accountable. Yesterday, he was held accountable by Judge Donnelly with a 30-year sentence, and we look forward to the other trials where he will be held accountable again.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say this: y'all keep on out here messing around and getting doing crazy stuff, and a judge end up in your life, and you got these conservative white women federal judges with lifetime appointments sitting up on that bench. Keep on. Am I right? You understand what I'm saying, Attorney Griggs, right?
I know exactly what you're saying. People need to understand there's the law and there's reality. A lot of these artists are putting things out and not believing that there's accountability for the things that you say. If you act on the things that you say, you will be held accountable, just like Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly was held accountable yesterday. But we also have to focus as a community on not enabling this type of predation to happen. I hear all the excuses. Oh, she looked older. That's not an excuse in the court of law. Oh, I was molested as a child. That's not an excuse in the court of law. You have to make sure that you are not participating in this type of behavior or you're not enabling it. That's what happened for 30 years, and now Mr. Kelly is going to be serving at least 30 years,
the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, Attorney Gerald Griggs. Let's go to the phone. See what you think. Good morning.
I just feel like it's deeply rooted into the community. After 20 years, you gave him a chance to kind of turn a blind eye and do something else, but instead he decided to do the same thing. So it's just deep rooted into the community. That's why it took so long.
My thought is that why wasn't R. Kelly's ex-wife Drea charged as well? If she had a threesome with him with underage girl, why wasn't she charged?
Hey, he deserves what he get, point blank period. He know better than that.
Too many years, shouldn't have to do them all by himself. Just a disgrace. Disgrace.
I don't agree with it. I think they went too far. That they took too long to convict him. There's a whole bunch of other people who should be at fault, and I don't appreciate it. I don't.
Why are the parents not charged? Because some of the parents knew what R. Kelly was, took the kids to the concerts where R. Kelly was, lied about they never met R. Kelly, but then they came up and found pictures and photos of them and their children and the daughters with R. Kelly. So why aren't the mothers charged? Some of these parents charged because they pimped their children out as well.
He was already literally being guilty coming in court. By public opinion, they already had made him guilty before he can prove his innocence.
Oh, wow. All right, y'all, if y'all could not get through, make sure y'all hit us up on our Facebook page. Ricky Smiley Morning Show Facebook page, y'all. More Ricky Smiley Morning Show coming up.